Get a life!" Her voice sliced through the laughter, louder than the clinking glasses, sharper than the champagne she held. I didn't flinch. I never do. Lena's friends, her new colleagues, her family, watched her bask in the glow of her promotion party, and me, the husband she'd just publicly humiliated. Her smile was wide, teeth perfect, eyes drunk on validation. "You should stop hanging around Jake all the time," she said, loud enough for everyone to hear. "He's rich and successful. You're not." A few awkward laughs followed. Someone coughed. Someone else looked at the floor. I just smiled. Because I'd been waiting for this moment. Not the insult, no, that was expected. The way she said Jake's name, though, that caught me. The casual familiarity, the way it lingered in her tone. Like she'd tasted it before. She didn't know I knew. She didn't know that 2 nights ago, Jake had called me by mistake. A butt dial, apparently. I heard her voice in the background, breathless, intimate. My best friend. My wife. I'd let the call play until the end. Then I'd replayed it. Once. Twice. Memorized every sound. Now, standing in that crowded room, surrounded by toasts and fake applause, I looked at her and smiled like a man who'd already written the ending. The party continued, music and noise swallowing the tension. Lena avoided my gaze. I didn't mind. It gave me time to think. Jake wasn't there. He'd caught a flight. He was always catching flights. Always somewhere new, somewhere exciting. And Lena, she'd always been drawn to that. The way he walked into a room like he owned it. The way people followed. I'd introduced them. Funny, isn't it, how betrayal begins with trust. Later that night, as she slept beside me, her breathing soft and steady, I watched her reflection in the window. The city lights flickered over her skin. The same skin I once memorized like scripture. Her phone was on the nightstand, unlocked. I didn't look through it right away. I waited. Timing is everything. She stirred, murmured something in her sleep. Jake's name. Faint. Careless. My chest tightened, then stilled. No rage, no panic, just calculation. That was confirmation enough. Still, I wanted proof, the kind that doesn't fade when morning comes. The next few days, I played my part perfectly. I made coffee. I laughed at her stories. I congratulated her on her big opportunity. Meanwhile, I collected details. Quietly. Receipts from hotels she never mentioned. Messages deleted but not backed up properly. Calendar invites. Photos cropped just right. Each discovery was a pulse in my temple. Steady, rhythmic, almost soothing. Jake's voice echoed in my mind from that accidental call. The way he'd said, "You don't have to hide it from him anymore." Hide what? I knew, but I let the question linger because I wanted to feel the weight of it, the absurdity, the irony. I visited Jake's office one afternoon. I told him I wanted to talk business. He was all charm, as always, confident, friendly, oblivious. We discussed his new company. Her new company now. She joined as his executive assistant. I asked to see the employee contracts. He laughed, thinking I was joking. I wasn't. He showed me anyway. He liked showing off. I skimmed through them until I found her name, and right beneath it, his signature. My best friend. My wife. Same paper, same ink, same lie. That night I printed a copy, folded it neatly, put it in my jacket pocket, and waited for the perfect moment. The perfect moment came sooner than expected. Her second celebration dinner, this time hosted by Jake himself. The restaurant was sleek, expensive, and too bright. Cameras flashed, people clapped. She wore red, Jake wore pride. When she stood to thank everyone, she started with him. None of this would have been possible without Jake. He believed in me when... I interrupted, quietly. "Maybe show them who really signed your paycheck," I said. The table fell silent. Her smile faltered. What? I slid the folded paper across the table. She stared at it, then at me, then back at him. Jake's grin froze. "You should read." "It," I said, out loud. She didn't. She couldn't. But I saw it in her eyes, the recognition, the panic, the shame crawling up her throat like smoke. Every guest turned their head, murmuring. Phones lifted. The air shifted. I sat still, calm, watching. Her lips parted, trembling. "You knew?" "I wrote the contract," I said softly. "I funded his company. I signed every paycheck." Jake stood, stammering something about business misunderstandings. Lena's eyes filled with something I hadn't seen in years. Fear. Not guilt. Fear. Because she finally understood. The power she'd mocked, I never lost. I just stopped showing it. "Get a life," she'd said. I had one. I built it. Brick by quiet brick. Deal by silent deal. I just never needed to prove it. Until tonight. I looked at her, not with anger, just finality. "You said I wasn't successful enough," I said, "that I needed to stop hanging around Jake." A pause. "Well," I whispered, "he's been hanging around me the entire time." I stood, placed my glass on the table, and left her there, caught between a man who never really had her and another who never wanted her again. The applause didn't follow me this time. Just silence. Back home, I poured myself a drink. The house was quiet, the kind of quiet that doesn't ache anymore. Her things were still there, shoes, perfume, photos. I didn't touch any of it, not out of sentiment, but evidence. Let her come home and see the emptiness for herself. Let her feel the silence she'd built. I sat on the couch, watching the city lights blink through the window. Somewhere, she was unraveling. Somewhere, Jape was explaining. Me? I was done explaining. People say revenge is sweet. It isn't. It's clean. And as the night thinned into morning, I realized something simple. She never humiliated me. She freed me. I smiled once more, the same smile I wore at the party, only this time, it wasn't hiding anything.